Hey guys, welcome to another video of Jathan Days. And today, as you recognize this showroom from one of my previous videos where I will put up the video right here. So you will recognize that we are here at the KTM Makery Circle. And as you would have seen in the title and thumbnail, we're here to ride the big beast from KTM, the 1290 Super Adventure S. So as we are here to look at the 1290, you'll obviously need a key to start this bike. So this bike doesn't come with a normal key. It comes with this remote. And if you see this, you recognize that this bike is not it doesn't have a keyhole. It has a push button to start and to switch off the bike. For a long time in the market, we've always seen the big bikes to be the BMWs, the Ducatis, like the GS 1200 or the 1300, and you have the Multistrada V4 and the V2s as well. For a very long time, KTM had this beast in foreign markets, and now they've bought it for the Indian markets for us to take a look and to experience this big beast. So to give you a little introduction about the KTM 1290 is that this is a 1301cc engine, which is a 70-degree parallel twin engine which produces around 158 horsepower and 140 newton meters of torque, which is a pretty high horsepower and high torque machine. So guys, you would have seen how this bike was. This bike is literally a badass machine. So now to give you a little information while I'm riding the motorcycle. Riding the KTM 1290 Super Adventure S in the city is a mix of power, control, comfort and surprisingly agility as well. At first, I thought a bike this big might feel heavy in stop and go traffic, but the moment I started riding, I realized how well balanced and well built this bike is. The 1301cc engine delivers plenty of power, but it's smooth and easy to control at low speeds. Thanks to KTM for providing the ride-by-wire throttle, as there's no sudden jerkiness, making it comfortable even in bumper-to-bumper traffic. The quick shifter is a lifesaver in city riding. I barely had to use the clutch, making shifting effortless at stoplights and slow-moving roads. To correct what information I had wrongly said before, this bike does not have a 70-degree parallel twin engine. Instead, this bike actually comes with a 70-degree V-twin engine, which shares the same engine specification as the Super Duke R, because that bike also is a V-twin engine. So one thing that really impressed me was how manageable this bike feels. Despite its adventure bike size, it's easy to weave through traffic, thanks to the wider handlebar that gives excellent leverage and control. The semi-active WT suspension also plays a huge role in making city riding comfortable, absorbing potholes and rough patches with ease. Even speed bumps and poorly maintained roads can feel harsh. The bike also has a low center of gravity, making U-turns and tight cornering much easier than expected. And this low center of gravity is also achieved by the placement of the fuel tank as well. Later on in this video, I'm going to show you how the fuel tank is placed and how KTM achieved a low center of gravity with that fuel tank. Heat management is also a concern in city riding, but KTM has done a great job with this bike. Even after sitting in heavy traffic, the heat deflectors kept the engine warm away from my legs, making it far more comfortable than I expected for a big V-twin engine. The braking system, with its dual 320mm discs and cornering ABS, gave me a lot of confidence, especially when I needed to slow down quickly in unpredictable city traffic. The 7-inch TFT display is another standout feature, providing all the important information at a glance, and it's easy to navigate through different settings. The riding position is upright and comfortable, giving me a clear view over traffic, which helps the awareness and safety as well. The adjustable windscreen, though more useful at higher speeds, it also helps deflect dust and winds in city condition. Overall, the KTM 1290 Super Adventure S proves that it's not just a high-speed touring machine. It handles city riding with ease, whether it's navigating through busy streets, absorbing road imperfections, or making quick maneuvers. This bike makes urban riding smoother and more enjoyable than you'd expect from a full-sized adventure bike. Now to talk about the headlight, which is this big unit in the motorcycle. Say this is first of all one of the biggest headlights that I've seen in a motorcycle, and secondly, the headlight is differentiated into different components. So firstly, you have your DRLs here, and then you have your LEDs, which is your normal lights, and these lights down here is your cornering lights. Basically, if you corner maybe on left, your left light switches on, and then you corner to the right, your right light switches on. This basically helps in adventure when you're going on long rides, and in the dark you need an extra set of lights. This headlight gives you that. And this unit that you see here, this is a radar that is newly coming into the market for all these big machines, which basically when you are on a highway and you're on cruise control, using this radar, the bike will judge the vehicle in front of you and apply the brakes or adjust the speed accordingly. So as you see, firstly the exhaust, it's one of the most beautiful exhausts that KTM has brought into the market. And talking about the tires, this back is a 170 section tire, which it shares a 19-inch rim in the front and a 17-inch rim at the rear. And this comes with alloy wheels, because this is the S variant, which is a more city street focused variant, while in the foreign markets they have the R variant, which comes with spoke wheels and much more taller, a much more beefier motorcycle for the off-road conditions. So guys, now to talk to you about the seat. In order to give you information about seat, I think it's best to hop on the seat, because I'm 5'9", and it's best for you to see how the bike feels with a person on top of the seat. And as you see, I'm picking this up without any tension. So to talk to you about the weight of the motorcycle, this is around 240 kgs, and it's a on paper it's a pretty heavy motorcycle, but then they've packed it really well in order to manage it better, and you get a lot of confidence as well. When the weight is managed this well, you get a lot of confidence on the road as well. So now in true off-road fashion, to hop on the motorcycle. So yeah, I am tiptoeing at this point, because this is at the highest seat setting, which is around 866 mm, and you can lower this down to 840 mm. You get that with the seat itself. You can change it manually whenever you would like to. So yeah, this is a pretty easy to ride motorcycle, and the seating is also very comfortable, because I just took a test ride of this motorcycle, and honestly it was very comfortable. As I'm on the motorcycle, let me show you how the cockpit looks. So come closer. Firstly, let me pull out the key fob. So this is the key, a very basic key. You don't have any switches on this. Basically like just a module that you carry in your pocket, and this storage unit is where you store your key. So it's a very small unit. You just put your key inside and maybe some small stuff inside. Pretty small compartment. And let's first talk about the switches on here, and then let's wake the beast up. So firstly, you get a pretty good toggle here, which is a very good quality. You get a cruise control button, and you get this plus button here, which is to adjust your speed, the cruise control limit. So basically, if you set your speed at 80 and you would like to increase your speed, then you just press the plus button, and then you can increase your speed with this button. And yeah, it's pretty wide handlebar, which you get a lot of confidence on the road. And here you have your hazard lights, your lock button, because the main thing is it's a key, you don't have a, the key slot for it, so you need to lock it with this button, your engine kill switch. And yeah, that's basically your uh, handlebar. And you get this handlebar protections also, which help in cold weathers and also gives a lot of protection for the wrists as well. You get a huge display which has a lot of information, and one good thing is you get adjustable windscreen. So you turn it up and adjust it according to whatever height that you require, and you can ride accordingly. So now that I've given you the handlebar and the specs of the motorcycle, this bike comes with a 24-liter fuel tank. And in order to understand how the fuel tank is, I'll put a picture up here. But even with the picture, some of them will not understand how it is made. So if you pan the camera a little around, I'm going to show you how the fuel tank sits in the motorcycle. So this is where you fill the fuel. But then um this side boxes is your petrol tank. It's on both the sides, and it is equally distributed in such a way that the fuel drops down in both the tanks. And yeah, it's a 24-liter fuel tank, which gives you a lot of road to keep traveling a lot, and very less fuel stops as well. So guys, now that we've had some specs of the motorcycle, let's switch on this beast and see how the wake up screen is. So as you see, this is a pretty big screen, and because of indoor conditions is why, because of low light is why it changed to a black screen. Then once you go out, as you see in the ride video, that the test ride video, it had a white screen which changes according to the day, the time of the day. And apart from that, the best thing about this motorcycle is that it gets electronically adjustable suspension, both front and rear. Front is an upside down fork, and yeah, you get electronically adjustable, which basically means that on the go, with the tech on screen and at your handlebar, you can adjust it on the go. You don't need to wait to go do it manually. It's just with a click of a button, you just go move it to either sport or comfort mode, and then it changes accordingly. So guys, you saw the screen, you saw how everything lit up, but you didn't see how this big headlight unit lights up. So here you go. So yeah, that's the headlight, and those are the LEDs, which are pretty bright. This bike is a CBU unit, which is it comes like this from Austria, and you get this pretty good and tough rack as well, where you can mount your panniers. And yeah, it's a pretty good motorcycle, and pillion seat is also very comfortable for the pillion as well, in order to keep the pillion also happy and you also happy while riding the bike. So without further ado, let's listen how the bike sounds, because outside I'm not sure how well you heard the bike. So let's switch on the engine and see how well it sounds. Just to give you a quick fun fact about the 1290 Adventure S is that this also comes with heated grips, which is pretty good for cold conditions as well, because it keeps your hands warm in order to maybe if you want to take it up to Ladakh and you want to sustain in that cold weather, which is like minus say 0 degrees or -1, -2 degrees, you have heated grips in this, which helps you keep your palms warm, and which is a good thing in all motorcycles. As you see, this has a twin radiator setup, which is shaped like a V. And why is that? Is because why they chose this twin radiator instead of a single radiator is because in order to manage the airflow better, because you might go on different conditions, and when you have twin radiators shaped in a V, it takes in much more air, which helps in much more efficiency of the motorcycle as well. So guys, to give you a price estimation on this bike, the 1290 Adventure S, this is coming up to around ex-showroom of 22.95 lakhs, and you know the on-road might differ depending on which state of India that you are located in. But yeah, this is the ex-showroom price, which is 22.95 lakhs, and also this comes in another color variant, which is gray and orange variant. I'll put it up on screen, which that according to me is one of my favorite colors of the 1290 Adventure S. That's the video on the KTM 1290 Adventure, actually Super Adventure S. So hope you'll enjoy the video. Stay tuned. See you in the next one.